Well, hello everybody. So, let's just go. First off, I moved the end platform because Drank was explaining to me why it needs to be at 0, so we moved it down to 0. And this is where the sadness starts. I had recorded a time lapse after I moved this to 0, which I did off camera because you guys didn't need to see me doing this again. I had recorded a time lapse of me working on the first layer of the Ender farm and getting things to a working state. And then after I stopped to go check the footage, I realized there was no footage because my hard drive was full. So, yeah, that's not happening. But that's fine. I can show you what's up, and we can do more time lapses of me working on layers and other parts of the farm, but I can show you what the farm has. You can see I have the water around it. I have it half slabbed. I have it built up to death height, and then I have the first layer of pistons to send down Endermen. In here I have a very ghetto enchantment station for level 30 enchants. And then I have this very large area for building and working on things. I have this blocked off so Enderman can't escape, and also so you can't walk into it on accident. And then I have a infinite chest set up for Ender Pearls, which is quite nice. But yeah, infinite chest for Ender Pearls, that's cool. Alright, and this chest right here is where I have stored all of the resources needed for making the farm. There's probably not enough cobble and possibly not enough redstone, but there's enough strings and enough pistons. And there's more cobble in here. And eventually I would like to build a melon farm in here to keep people fed while they're helplessly pounding in the faces of Endermen who have no way to fight back or defend themselves. So that's good. Now, since you guys are missing the time lapse, I'll come up here and show you what I did. Since the redstone kind of like cross over here, I did this ghetto ladder thing so that it wouldn't get in the way. Alright. So what we have here is Endermen getting stuck on vines, which happens, but they'll fall eventually. And so it's pretty simple. It's just a tripwire setup here, and the tripwires go up to the pistons here and activate them and push things down. So like I said, I believe I was talking about this in the video where I was actually building the bridge, the original bridge, before I dropped down to level 0. We're probably going to go for 16 layers in our Ender farm. So, you know, we're a 16th of the way there, and right now it's not terribly tricky to get yourself to level 30. I mean, let's just see from hanging around here for a little bit how many levels we actually get. And this is just one layer, and I think it works pretty well already. And of course, the reason you need more layers to an Ender farm, you would think theoretically that you'd only need one layer if it's the only place they can spawn. However, even if the spawning code would spawn an Enderman on every single available block, that would only be... Why are these guys so high on health? I don't even understand. What the... Okay, I don't know what's up with you two. But even if the spawning code spawned an Enderman on every available block, that would only be 16 Endermen. Well, not 16, it'd be 32 Endermen per layer. And the spawning code isn't going to spawn an Enderman on every available block, even if they're the only blocks available. So by having 16 layers, you have 8 stacks worth of space that Enderman can go into. And this freaking guy, I don't know why his health is so high. He probably teleported down here or something strange. But I don't want to starve to death now, so I'll just go ahead and put these Ender Pearls into the infinite chest. And we will go out like a brave man in a brave world. Goodbye, cruel world. Anyway, for simplicity, I set my spawn to these beds, and this is how I've kind of been getting back and forth. I'd fill these chests with materials, I'd kill myself, I'd bring stuff over, and eventually, once the whole thing was built out, I'd just start moving my materials over there. Now, aside from that, I want to show you what's been done to the Nether hub. First off, I went ahead and I connected the Nether to it in a very ghetto fashion, but at least it's connected. So you just come down this Nether tunnel hallway here, and you can see right there is some end stone. That's like the little collar that's the little collar I put around the end thingy, the end entrance, so you know it goes to the end. So you see a sign here that says the end, and if you just go down this hallway, you'll end up at the Nether portal to get to the stronghold to go to, well, you guessed it, the end. You can also see I went ahead and got some iron blocks here to fill out my Koala factory doorway. And 2Game and I actually just kind of chilled in TeamSpeak one night and went ahead and built this. It's quite nice. We have a little bridge here that goes over what is the Edoris tunnel, I believe. And it just comes out here, and it's surprisingly not a terribly long walk to get over to my cobble box of awesome. You'll see in just a second that a drop down will appear. Yep, you can see the end of it there. And then there's just a staircase that goes down into my cobble box area. Now, this staircase is probably not going to be permanent, because as I've talked about before, I'm going to build some sort of base or possibly villager market floating up here in this box, and then over there those two cross sections are going to be turned into a dual wither farm, which is our next project after the end farm gets done. And so dual wither farm will get us lots and lots of skulls and all those good things. So I'll just kind of have to carve out this area, fill it with torches to make sure nothing else that we don't want spawns, and then just try to get as many withers as we possibly can. What level are we on here actually in the Nether? This is level 60. We are it's a really far way down. We're probably not going to do anything as crazy as the mob farm project here, but I'll probably dig out these two things. Well, I have to dig those two things out down, what is it, 50 blocks to kill no, I think it's the same as Enderman. I believe it will be a 43 block drop to get the wither skeletons to one hit, and then farm them. So we will have to do that with some fancy piston shake weight table type stuff. But yep, so we have a nice way to get to the Nether hub and a nice way to connect to other people, which is working a lot better than the old system where we were just like in the middle of the Nether and we're just constantly getting killed. So thanks to MK and Trevor for working on that in a stream. And now to talk for pathway designs. I'm really thinking I'm going to fill this in with grass and have my path be grass and do some kind of... I'm definitely going to use like stone bricks and sandstone and cobblestone in the walls because that's a lot of resources and I couldn't do something crazy because it would just take way too much of it. But what I'd like to do is kind of randomly just like punch out parts of the wall and build like a little fountain or sitting area type park thing. So I think there's a lot of cool opportunities for really neat things to build for the holy fit. Oh, okay, right. So yeah, like I said, replace this with grass, use some sort of cheap wall design since there will be a lot of it, and then punch out and back sections of the wall so we can put in random parks and other visual flares like that. Alright, we are going to starve to death. I haven't been eating on the server recently. My tactic has basically been just keep killing myself to respawn. Alright, those are my melon seeds in there. And they won't mind if I take some rotten flesh, let's be honest here. So we need to take these melon seeds over to the Nether. Oh, hey look. So we're going to take these seeds over to the Nether, not the Nether, the end, to try and get ourselves a melon farm going. Of course, I'll have to bring dirt and stuff over. But I feel like before we start expanding the Ender Winder Schminder too much, we will need a decent melon farm, because you can see just doing a round of Endermen to get to level 10 pretty much takes out all of your food. In fact, I may just put these in this ender chest here. There we go. And I'm thinking I may go build another ender chest and put it at the end farm. Wait, no, I did put... what am I saying? There is an ender chest at the end farm. This is perfect. Or at least I think there is. Let me see here. I'm trying to remember. I'm 99.9% sure I already made an end chest for the end farm. We will see in just a moment. Oh, my legs. Oh, why? Okay. We can do this. Also, we'll definitely have to work out some sort of railing system. Not quite sure about that at this point in time. However, I'm not quite sure how to deal with the railing system since Endermen can spawn on it. I guess I'll just have to make sure that there isn't 3 blocks tall space for the Endermen to spawn. Like this roof over here is 2.5 blocks tall, so it feels roomier than just like a 2x2 room, but in reality there isn't that much difference between this and like a house that's only 2 tall. But you know, 2.5 blocks tall actually does make a difference, because since your head's not right up against the ceiling, you do feel like there's a little more room. And I do have an ender chest here, so we can go ahead and take these seeds and put them in that chest for now, which will be good, so we can start a melon farm. And I was thinking about the melon farm, and at this point I don't think I'm going to automate it, because automating it would be silly. People can just walk over there and pull the lever whenever they need to get melons. So I think that's going to be a much better alternative. And depending, I kind of asked if someone would want to do the melon farm, but I didn't get much of a response. So the melon farm may just be something we have to do here pretty soon. We'll have to see. I think I may do one more layer, but I want to get the melon farm going ASAP so this place is sustainable. Alright, now I just had the idea that I should probably label these chests for people who come here and want to help. Okay, so this chest is for... Alright, so Ender Farm layer resources only. And this one will be general resources. Alright. There we go. And alright, so anyone who wants to help, all of the resources are in this chest as labeled, and it should have... well, this doesn't need to be in there. You can go in the general resources chest along with these guys. I'll take the glowstone and iron out of here, and I'll put you guys over here as well. There we go. So now everything's clearly labeled, so when someone gets here, there's no confusion. What? Wait, what? Why are you not working, sir? Well, now I have to make a pickaxe and see what the heck is up with my infinite chest here. Alright, infinite chest troubleshooting time. Break this really quickly. Oh, I missed. Okay, so we'll put you in there. Okay, I need half slabs to slab this up as soon as I break it, so that I don't get like a big water fiasco. Yep, there we go. 1. And now if I break this one... Did I get the... Where'd the chest go? Did the chest end up in here? The chest did not end up in here. Where'd the chest end? Okay, well... Oh, there it is. It's over here. Alright. So let me get that, and then I can put this in there. Alright, now it's going to work. Except now I have to move the sign because the sign isn't correct. Alright. So I'll put the sign right here, and it will say in and out. Perfect. Now people perfectly understand what is what, except these are all wrong now. So I have to redo this, and I'll just do it something like that. I don't know. Why not? Sure. Got an extra one of these. I'll throw it in here with these. Alright, so now the infinite chest should be working. Let me just test it. Perfect. Alright. So, holy fudge cakes. Yes. Let's try to do an enchant this episode. Alright, so we're going to hit level 30 here. There we go. And I'm going to want to try and start replacing the armor that I lost. Blast protection. Not bad, but not really what I wanted either. Oh, this reminds me, we don't have an anvil here, so we're going to need blocks of iron, 3 of them, and then we need to do this, and then we have an anvil, and then we can take these back and put them in here. And now our Ender has a anvil, which I guess I'll put right here for the time being. It's all very ghetto at this point, but you know, we gotta start somewhere to get somewhere, right? Right. Well, I'm sorry that the time lapse didn't work out, and I'll try to do more work on these layers very soon and try recording it again. But until next time, we are going to swim in this massive kiddie pool right to victory. Actually, I was just going to kill myself for the end of the video, but I want to put all these ender pearls away because we all know we need tons of them. And I'll put this pickaxe in here for someone who needs it, and 1 zombie flesh just in case of emergencies, and toodles. Why?